The Book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 1. And God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth, across the vault of the sky." So God created the great creatures of the sea, and every living thing with which the water teems and that moves about in it, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful, and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth." And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them, male and female he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground."
Was the splendid David Suchet reading the account of Genesis 1 that we're looking at this week. It's the second half of the creation story week. And this is a picture of Michelangelo's creation of Adam. It's day 3 of our creation calls theme, where we're looking at how creation speaks to us, or how God speaks to us through creation, will be better to say that. It's the second half of the creation week, looking at all the beautiful creatures and plants and fish and birds that our beautiful God created, with the culmination of his creation of Adam as the first man. This painting is world famous. It's actually painted on a ceiling in Rome, in Italy. Its painter, as I said, was Michelangelo, who lived 500 years ago, and he was the Pope's painter. The Pope used to requisition him to paint various pictures and sculptures and stuff. Pope Julius II wanted paintings on the roof of his church that showed the 12 disciples, but Michelangelo wanted to go bigger, and he persuaded the Pope to let him paint the creation story and moving onwards from there. It was basically the whole Bible in pictorial form painted on the ceiling of the church. And this was the first picture that he did. It shows a spark coming out of God's hand, and the spark brings life to Adam, the first human being, as he created him on the 6th day, and it's part of that depiction of what it looked like, what it might have looked like. And the idea is that Adam becomes a being in God's likeness. Michelangelo also wrote a hymn to go with it called "The Finger of the Paternal Right Hand." So God's finger creates life. God's hands was where we came from. Which part of you is most like God? Talk to him about it now.